Hey, beautiful people. This is Sade Wyatt-Dew, and I'm so excited to be here with Miss Desiree Lee. She is super phenomenal. She's this entrepreneur. I mean, she is traveling around the country, sharing her message and teaching authors how to create books, market them, and leverage them and build their profitable brands. I'm so excited to have her live. And Desiree, just tell us a little bit more about you, the movement that you are creating, and how you are serving people in the world.
Oh my goodness. Well, first, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to share my insight with as many individuals as possible. So I greatly appreciate this opportunity. I don't take it lightly. I am Desiree Lee. I am a best-selling author. I'm also an entrepreneur. And I'm also a philanthropist. And what it is that I'm doing, I've been doing this for about 5 years, 5+ years now. And I started off as a speaker turned author, now helping others grow. And so you might ask, how in the world are you doing this? What part are you doing? So as a speaker, I travel with the federal government in hopes of preventing teen incarcerations nationwide. And so that's what I do as a speaker is I go into high schools, go into colleges, and also middle schools too as well, and trying to share my story in hopes of other teens not following the same steps that I once endured. Also too, I inspire people with my books on facing a difficult barrier in my life and how in the world did she make it out of that deep, dark well. I read a lot of books before when once I was depressed and I felt like everybody was telling me what to do, but nobody was really telling me how to do it. And so I make it a point to be sure that I tell people and inspire them on how I got out of that dark place. Also, in my philanthropy work and what I do for other authors, I think that when people are successful, and that's why I'm really excited to be one of the speakers at BCon in New Jersey next month, is that you are going to hear from people who have reached success. But the beautiful thing about it is that we're sending that elevator back down to bring you guys back up. And the more often that I have an opportunity to send the elevator down to bring more people up, I am totally grateful because somebody had to do that for me. And so that's what I do. I am starring in the movie, the national syndicated movie released. You Did Your Time Now What with the federal government. It's going to launch on June the 1st, and it will be on a TV station near you. So be on the lookout on social media for that. And also, I am the creator of AIB Nation, where we are a community of self-published authors moving together as one. And we have, one of our laws is no author left behind. And the reason why we say that is that we can ask people for help, but sometimes people shy from helping you or us helping someone else in fear of they're going to take our shine, they're going to take our opportunity, they're going to be better than us. You know, let's keep it real here, very transparent. However, inside of AIB Nation, when you have a nation, you have nation pride, you have country pride, and we move together as one by helping each other. So it's more so is we either get there together or we don't get there at all. And it's a selfless love and servitude. So how can I help other people not necessarily think like me, but if we can if I can impact 10,000, you can impact 10,000, then we can change the world more faster than we can ever do alone. And so that's who I am. That's what I'm about. And those are all the plates that I'm picking from. But with good people around me, I'm able to do so. So I'm really excited to be here and share my insight with you guys. So you guys are in the best place this evening.
I don't want her to just glaze over this movie and glaze over the things that she's doing and creating impact and change in the world. I want you to tell us a little bit more about that. She's like, yeah, I'm in this movie. Tell us more about that and how did that happen? And tell us a little bit more about your journey.
Right. So, and I'm happy that you asked that question because some people ask me and then some people don't. However, it was the preparation. There was a moment, a turning point in my life. And in this turning point, just so that others can understand where I'm coming from. I was really depressed. I had 6 businesses before. I wouldn't say they failed. It was just not consistent income. Being a single mom, I needed consistent income. And in my past, I was convicted of 11 counts of armed robbery and 5 counts of aggravated assault. So the opportunity to have a career, go to school, go to college was all no's for me. At this point, I felt that I tried all of my options, Sade. I tried everything. I read this book, read that book, and all that. However, it wasn't until one woman changed my mindset so that the instruction she gave me, I was able to receive it. And she did that in the form of a mustard seed. But with this mustard seed, she didn't give me the mustard seed. Faith is the size of a mustard seed. You can move mountains. She just didn't give me this mustard seed. She also attached it to affirmations. And with these affirmations, there were my own personal ones, which was, I forgive myself for everything that I've endured. I realized that I was the one that was beating myself up when everyone else around me forgave me and loved me just the same. The other one was, I have the power to create my own wealth. Then she had me to visualize it. And once a week, only 10 minutes, she didn't give me no more than 10 minutes. I actually laid on the floor, I will never forget, and imagined speaking to an audience. What was I going to wear? How was my hair going to look? What was my speech going to be about? I was imagining a standing ovation. I was imagining how I was going to walk in. I was imagining all kinds of different things. So the doors opened up for me. 30 days later, a police officer, which is also a pastor, asked me to speak at MLK High School here in Atlanta, Georgia. That was my first speaking engagement ever, and that's where the light bulb went off. We both talk about speaking engagements. It was about 6 months I was speaking for free. I was speaking to get my name out there. I felt that the more they see me, the more they'll call me. Get them familiarized, get them to see the results from the audience of these kids that I was speaking with. And from that, then they started paying me out of their pocket, the police department, the district attorney's office, for me to come to speak. And this time I had a book because they were saying, we can't pay you, but we can buy something from you. And so that's where the book came about. And so I saw that, and they were just getting the money up. It was $250, $250. Sometimes it was $350. Sometimes it was only $50, And I just kept doing it, being consistent, 3 different types of messages. And then last year, September 2016, I kind of thought that maybe they forgot about me, or maybe, I went to these schools already. And just out of the blue, I get an email from the United States Attorney's Office asking me if I wanted to sign this contract, and I had 10 days to respond. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the federal government. This is the feds. And so what I want to share to people is that you never know who is watching you. Even when I didn't have those speaking engagements and I was doing author in business, helping people publish their books, they were still watching me. And so that's where the opportunity came out, where I have my contract. From the contract, they said, well, we have room in our budget to do a film. This is the first thing ever. And they really didn't tell us too much about it, but they wanted to focus on not getting in trouble, not being in prison, but the hardships that we were enduring, or other people endure, getting out of prison. And what I found collectively there's only 5 convicted felons, and I'm the only Black female. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, this is for me. So what can somebody gain from that? 1, be consistent. 2, you never know who is watching you. And when the moment comes, be ready. What if I didn't have a book published? What if I didn't have a bio when they asked for it? What if I didn't have a website when they said I had 10 days? I would have been running around with my head cut off, trying to grab onto this opportunity. And if I wasn't ready or prepared, and all that training I did before, would I have been ready? Now with the film, this is one of my first films, like big major films I'm a part of, but I credit Periscope so much because I could have been nervous, but doing so many live streams and interacting with so many people via live stream, it was very beneficial, but it was teaching for me. It was really my training ground. And once I had my hand in it and did it enough times and got more comfortable with seeing myself, because it's like the man in the mirror effect. How long do we really stand in the mirror and look at ourselves? So it's like I had to be comfortable with my voice to hear myself speak. I had to be comfortable with just staring at myself too as well, and still interact with the audience. And so I'm really excited, and I really feel that like I hit it. Like, wow. And it wasn't long. The illusion we have that it's going to take all of this time and all of this work. I told you simply, I went to speaking engagements. Some were free, some were under $500. I published a book for free. I marketed, I had it in hand, I was ready. And then I did my own website. I learned from YouTube University, is what I like to call it. And, you know, I Googled stuff and I did it on my own, and voila, magic, it happened. So I'm excited because it's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird watching myself on June 1st on the release of this movie. We don't know if it's going to be on A&E or BET yet, but I'm hoping maybe A&E, but they can't tell us just yet. It's non-disclosure. So I'm like, okay, I don't know which one, but I'm excited.
Well, we are excited for you. We were pumped when we saw the trailer. I mean, you're doing some phenomenal things, and I want people to see, despite adversity and things that happen in our lives, you can still bounce back. And, you know, and I know Desiree's in this part about like living in this no excuse zone. You don't have any excuses anymore. We have so many opportunities, platforms that we can get on and leverage our brand and our message. And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes, it does not have to be perfect. But the end part of it is, I remember when I got out and how difficult it was, right, Sade? This movie is going to open up so many other opportunities and open up the eyes of so many people for the other women who are coming out. And so I have this thing that we are assigned to people. And sometimes what you're going through is not for you. A lot of times what you're going through is not for you. So when we say no excuses, when somebody gives an excuse, I feel that they're being very selfish, because when I was depressed and wanted to commit suicide, there was no one around, and I was seeking and waiting for this one person. I went back to Justacia, the one who gave me the mustard seed and the one who gave me the affirmations. And I said, Justacia, thank you for pouring into me, a stranger I met at the nail salon, had coffee the next day. Thank you for pouring into me. You didn't have to. She said, you know what, Desiree? The reason why I did is because you look like what I just came out of. Sometimes we look like what we've been through. And then the second part of that is that she said when she was going through, somebody gave her the mustard seed and somebody told her the same thing. And so it just sparked this light bulb in my head, like, wow, are you serious? Somebody gave you this and you just repeated verbatim what they told you too? And she was like, yeah. I said, wow, I didn't know that I was depending on your faith. You didn't know that this stranger who's going to inspire so many after this moment in the coffee shop, the person that's going to touch so many lives. So I said, what if Stacy would have given up? What if she would have said it was too hard? What if she was making excuses? She wasn't selfish. Even though it was hard, she kept going. Even though she didn't have the money, she kept going. Even though she didn't have the resources, she kept going. Even though she didn't have the friends around her to support her, she kept going. Even though her family said the idea she had was crazy, she kept going. Even though she went through a bad divorce, she kept going. Even though her car just got repoed and she had to catch a ride and meet me at the coffee shop. She didn't give an excuse that I got to meet you later because she didn't have her own car. She kept going. So I think about it. What if she would have given up would I ever gotten my mustard seed? Would I be here in this moment, in this space right now with you, Sade? Would I be in New Jersey at BeatCon and tell people to be boldly empowered entrepreneurs? So it's much bigger than the excuse. And so when people give me their excuses, I say, I'm not here to celebrate you in your pity. You got other people to do that with. It's like, okay, tell me what's going on and let's find some solutions. Let's work around it and create strategies. And that's where I thrive, and I thrive by helping other people. And it goes again. If I can help you reach 10,000, then it goes. But even in my own mess, what if I would have quit? What if I would have given up? What if I wasn't consistent? Would I ever got that contract? What if I wasn't consistent and I was just, woe is me, writing, years ago, riding up in a beat up car and homeschooling my child and just barely making it? What if I would have stopped then? What if I would have, given up in the midst of everything? What if, I think about those things. Then these individuals who are watching us right now wouldn't be here in a moment. And then the last thing, what if it was just so hard, so tough, that I didn't see any options, that I committed suicide? How many dreams would have killed with me? Not just my own, but the people I'm assigned to serve, I would have killed their dreams too. And that's selfish. And I don't know about anybody else. I don't want to be a murderer of dreams, of ideas that can change the world, impact someone, and make a difference in somebody like myself. And that's why I say, excuses, you are selfish.
Hello. Desiree is just laying down the law for us today. She is, giving us no excuse zone. That's what we've been saying. This is the no excuse zone going into 2017. We don't have any more excuses. That's why we can't live our dreams and have the things that we desire. We can have it. And we just got to go out there and grab it. So I want to open it up to some Q&A. If you have any questions for Desiree, let her know. If you're coming to the BeatCon, I know a lot of the people who are on are coming, and we're looking forward to talking to you. So I know one question that they may have, I want to know, who are the authors in the group? So if you are an author, use the hashtag author in the chat so we know that you are an author. And if you want to be an author, know that you are a wanna author. So let us know. We got Michelle. Michelle's going to be at the BeatCon. Let us know who are the authors. I know we got Coach Lisa. She's an author. Maureen is coming out with a book. Dr. Clay, are you an author too? I know we got well, you are. If you got that doctorate, you are an author. We got some authors in here. And I want Desiree to share some of her tips. If you already have a book or you are about to launch a book, what can we do to rev up ticket sales? What can we do to rev up book sales? Because Desiree shared with me yesterday, I did not know she sold over 20,000 books independently on her own. Okay, so I was like, we didn't even get a chance to talk about that. So please share with us, how did you do that? And how can we duplicate your success?
Okay, first, I want everybody, we can't hear you, but the first thing, before I go into this, you have to say, everything comes easy to me, okay? So say this to yourself. I can't hear you, but this is one thing I got to put you in this mindset first, okay? Everything comes easy to me. Everything comes easy to me. And so here it is. The first things first is I did book signings, and I called them my little mini book tours, okay? So when I did a book signing, I had more people come and more people buy books because they were able to hear me speak. I find it very difficult if I go to a book festival and have a table and sell books, because I found myself getting hoarse because people will come to the table and I have to kind of give them a synopsis of the book, and then you have somebody standing there listening in, and then you have somebody over here waiting to buy, and you don't want to be rude to the person you're talking to because they have questions, and then you want to sell at the same time. But as a speaker, when I had speaking engagements and book signings, I was able to talk to one to many when you're speaking to something. So that's the first thing. Try to find an area where it's one to many. If you're going to do a book festival, then be sure that you at least have 5 to 10 minutes to be able to talk to one to many, okay? The next thing is in my speech or in my talk, and you guys can do this on live stream too as well, you don't have the mindset of selling one book at a time. People hear 20,000 copies need, and some they automatically go to 20,000 individual people. That's not true. If it's one person might buy 100 copies for their school, for their students, because it was prison prevention, for graduation. I may not be the commencement speaker, but this was the teacher's gift to all of the seniors in the class. So if I do that 20 times to at 20 schools, 1,000 students, how many books is that? 20,000 books, voila. And that's just one angle, but I didn't do it just like that. But that's an option. That's one of the avenues. The second avenue, the second one that I did was I had affiliates, but the young people, they were selling drugs, and I'm talking about, changing and preventing them from prison. So what I did was they already have the entrepreneur mindset, and they can sell like no other, especially to their friends. Some of them sell candy inside the school, but now I put the product in their hand. So now they feel like they're doing something right. They're doing something legal, and now they're selling them. And so I gave them a 60-40 split. Okay, they got 60%, I got 40. So they made $6 off of each book, and so they helped push my book out there. It wasn't just me. I had help from people. Okay, and so these young kids were going to school selling the book. They were even getting me speaking engagements because they were selling the book to their teachers. So I was able to get inside because the teacher was so amazed that, wow, this kid is picking up a book that's inspiring. We want her to come and talk to all of you guys, right? And so that's how I did it. The next thing, the third thing you can do is don't forget that just because your book may not be Christian oriented or faith-based, I should say, you can't forget Christian bookstores, and you can't forget consignments too as well. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. So you're saying, how in the world did you do it? I had to have my book had octopus legs or something, okay? And so we had the Christian bookstores where it's consignment, and you can make money. You get 60%, the bookstore gets 40%. Put your book as in many places as possible, because again, you never know when somebody's going to pick it up, and that might be your next big break. That might be your opportunity. But before you put it in these places, before you push it out there like you're a big distributor, and you have to say, everything comes easy to me, okay? The fourth thing I did was I anointed my book. I believe in God, and I put my book in some anointing oil, and I call those things that be not as though they were. And I spoke to that book, and I told that book, you're going to go to the four corners of the earth, and everything that is assigned to you, you're going to draw it right to you, and you're going to be right into their hands. And I anointed that book and put it in a little Ziploc bag. It's in my storage, but the book is, of course, all oily and everything, but it's in the little Ziploc bag. And I told that book what I wanted it to do, and it was going to go out there, whoever it was for, because I didn't write the book for me to read. I wrote the book for other people to read. So why am I going to keep it to myself? You know what I mean? Okay. And so then the fifth thing that you can definitely do, we talked about church bookstores, but they also have consignments in bookstores in the mall. So when you do have your book on the shelf, don't forget, print out a 11 by 17 poster, and keep in mind the poster is laminated. I spent $3 for that little thing. You can go to the Apex Museum, or you can go to the Barnes & Noble's downtown in Buckhead, or you can go to New Birth Christian Church. You can go to Stronghold Christian Church, and you'll see the sign. Make a sign. I mean, Sade is good at this with branding, and it's the little things that really matter. And on that sign, people say, well, how did you get 50,000 followers on your Facebook page? Hello, I put my Facebook thing on every single thing. And the sixth thing that I want to share with you guys is this, and I see this a lot. I see a lot of authors post their books, but they don't post the link. And I'm saying, how do you expect for me to buy it? Okay. And then the seventh thing too is, have your hashtag, have 2 hashtags. Don't just bombard it, but have the hashtag as part of branding, but always don't forget to put your link. And then in the comments, when people are saying congratulations and all that, remind them, say, thank you so much. I can't wait to hear your review on Amazon. I can't wait to hear, because book reviews translate to more dollars. Okay. And then the next thing that I think we're on the 7th one. Are we on the 7th one? Because I have 10, right? I think we're on the
I don't know where we are. I might have to stop her because she's giving away all the goods. And I'm over here like, I know you guys are taking notes and possibly mesmerized as much as I am. I mean, I was in awe when she said she gave the book to students who were selling drugs and gave them these books to sell, and they were selling the books.
Right. I mean,
in a troubling city happening, my mind was blown from there. And then she kept going. I was like, wait a minute, can you go back to that? And what kind of initiatives could we do in communities just on that? And I know, Giselle, we were talking about some things like that, taking, inner city youth that are troubled out of the country. Maybe we need to put some books and let them start hustling some books.
Right, because they feel you give them it's a win-win situation here. Not only do they get inspired, but they see you. It's like them selling CDs out of their trunk. That's exactly what it is. It's just changing the product, and they have a sense of pride because it's legal money and they earned it, And the next thing is the last one I want to share, because there's more I'm going to share with you guys at the BCon, and I'm really going to set it all up so that you guys can take this stuff home and actually apply it. And at the BCon, I'm going to give you guys a task there so you can see real live results right there before your eyes. So this is not something that I'm just making up. This is not something I experienced and it worked for me. This is not something that's any other. For me, it does take seeing to believe it. I'm sorry. I've been burnt a lot of times. I had a lot of business, but I have to see it. And sometimes people are kinesthetic learners. Some people are visual, and they have to see it in order for it to go. And so the last one that I want to share is, remember, everything comes easy to you. Okay. The last thing is, start a fund. Get sponsors for your book sponsors. They don't have to necessarily do your radio and all that. It could be somebody sponsoring 1 book, 2 books, 10 books. So you're able to give back. That's your give back. That's your community involvement. That's everything. And it will just take your brand to a whole nother level, and ask for help. And the truth of the matter is, people are sitting there wanting, not waiting. They want to help you. And so they're waiting for you to tell them, how do I help you, Sade? They don't know if you already have volunteers. So it's like, hey guys, I need volunteers. If you've been waiting to help or want to be a part of this BCon movement, I need volunteers. I need ambassadors. So it's the same thing with your book. It's just a different product. Instead of the service, it's a book. Okay. Instead of your speaking, it's a book. And the truth of the matter is, your book is a new business card, and your book is the silent ambassador for your movement and your calling. And your book is the thing that goes out before you and goes to places and cracks and nooks and crannies all over the world where you may not be able to go right now. I'm sitting here with you, and there's people downloading my book for free on Amazon right now. I'm sitting here with you, and there's people buying the book and reading the book right now. So even in the midst of that, you have to have your book. It's going to go to places where you can't go, and it's a silent ambassador, and it's time for you to act like it. Not just an author, but an author in business. This is a business, honey. So as an author, you're an author, high five. But you can't expect somebody to buy your book if you don't tell the world about it, okay? You can't expect nobody to buy it if you don't tell the world, and you need people to help you tell as many people as possible. So those are just probably like 25% of what I did to reach my momentum. And again, every place I didn't sell the book, but the more people you ask, I used to sell, saladware at Salad Master. I used to be one of the salesmen. I used to sell vacuum cleaners and stuff. So if I'm trying to get 10 people to buy this vacuum cleaner. I need to ask 100. And so you just can't be afraid of the word no. You can't. All they can say is yes or no. So you can't be afraid of the word no, and you can't be afraid to ask, because they can only say one or the other, and you have nothing to lose. I'm so excited. Anybody got any other questions?
Oh my goodness. You guys are just getting an ounce of what Desiree has to provide. She's giving you an ounce. I was on the phone with her almost 3 hours yesterday. She's giving you an ounce. Get your tickets, let people know they need to get there. I mean, this is marketing books for the next level. We're not just relying on one platform. We're doing, we have to do guerrilla tactics in order to get people to see. Hold on for 1 second. We got it. Got it. We have to do these different tactics in order to have people actually see our stuff. As more people are writing books, as more people are having conferences and events and selling products, we have to make sure we stay at the top of the consumer's mind. Can you share with us? I'm gonna open it up for Q&A. Still Q&A. Can you share with us? You just posted not too long ago, like this week, and I saw it. The additions to your book. And can you tell us what you told me about that yesterday? And I was like, what? Didn't even know. So you have your book. And tell us what else you posted on social media and what happened this week or this weekend from that post.
Okay, so I tell a lot of our AIB members or whatnot that there's a lot of people who want to become an Amazon bestseller. And again, everything comes easy to me. And what we did is bestseller just means that whoever sold the best, regardless of your content, who sells the best. And so a download is a download is a download. So I haven't been on Periscope often. I haven't been on live stream as often. And you have to keep the momentum and you have to stay consistent. So even when I'm mommy, I might be sick, you guys may not know, I like to stay in the forefront of people's mind. So I did a class about how to create your Kindle promotions, Kindle countdown, and a free promo. This flyer, if you guys go to my Facebook, you'll see the flyer, and it has my book, it has a DVD, and it also has the workbook. Now, I sell all three of those as a package. So if you're an author and you're struggling with people and you've been an author maybe for a year or even longer, and people are not buying it anymore, I always say publish a second book, okay? You want to be like Procter & Gamble. They both own Tide and Gain, correct? So they own Tide and Gain, but you see their commercials is saying Tide is better than Gain or Gain is better than Tide. So they created their own competition within their own company. So you're going to do the same thing for your books. So they're saying if we're not selling a lot of Tide, what we're going to do is have these two products compete against each other. And you go into Walmart, go in a store, and you think that, oh, I do my laundry with Tide or I do my laundry with Gain. And regardless of what it is, they don't care which one you buy because it goes to the same company, correct? So that's what I did. That's the reason why I did a DVD and a workbook. Now, on this flyer, I created this flyer maybe a year or two ago, okay? Because I've been so wrapped up with helping a lot of people, I really haven't had the time to really promote my own books. And I put the flyer out there just to keep the momentum, and it blew my mind that a lot of people thought that I just recently done it. But if you go on Amazon, you can see when the workbook was published and when the DVD was published on Amazon Prime. With that being said, in this whole bundle package, I did my class in the free Kindle promotion and also in the Kindle countdown. When I did that, this weekend, Saturday, people were downloading this book like no other. It was crazy to where the people inside of my class were seeing in real life. We were just refreshing the page on my computer. Well, I made top 5 in 2 categories, and in less than 24 hours, I became a number 2 best-selling author in family, and then a number 3 best-selling author in parenting and relationships. Now, what does that do? I've been a best-selling author over and over again. But what you can do as an author is saying 5-time best-selling author, 10-time best-selling author. And that's what you want to do to pump it up. And then I just went back to say, hey, thank you so much for your purchase. Please don't forget to share and invite, or please don't forget to leave an Amazon review. And so that's what happened this weekend. So was that what you were referring to, Sade?
Yes, and I actually want to share it with everyone. I'm going to share my screen because I have it up. Okay. And this was the book bundle, the book, the DVD, and the workbook. And I was like, oh, she just came out with something new. Not realizing, oh, you have some new stuff to go with the book. Not realizing that it was old. And that just is a testament to what we put out there. Most people will never see the post that you put out. Put it out more than once. How old are the the DVD in the book, in the workbook?
March of 2014, so 3 years.
3 years old, and we thought this was something new, and it was selling like hotcakes. And she shows where it became a #2 Amazon bestseller from something she created years ago. So some of us, we got to stop going in this process of recreating stuff. We got what we need. Just put it out there. Sell more of it. So, I was watching this live, and this was the first time I knew that there were additional things. And I'll let her share at the conference, how she made these things happen. But you can do this too, turning your mess into a message that you can monetize. And not being perfect, and really taking that imperfect action to make these things happen. So I am so proud of Desiree and what she's been able to do. I will open it up to Q&A, and then I'm going to let Miss Desiree go. So are there any questions that you guys have? Don't forget to go to the beacon.com. .live. We got beacon.live. It goes to the same website, and get your tickets before tickets prices increase in the next about 48 hours. So make sure you get those tickets. Are there any questions that you guys have for her? Because she gave you, you saw my mouth. I don't know if you guys were looking at me when I was like, my jaw was on the ground, because I was like, oh my goodness, like Desiree is just giving all the goods.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi, Sade, it's Maureen. Hi, Desiree.
Hi, Maureen.
So nice to hear from you. And I want to say you're absolutely beautiful. You're prettier than your profile picture. I was like, wow, she's gorgeous.
Thank you.
My question was the affiliate program that you did. Mm-hmm. with the young adults. How was it set up? Was there a program? How did that work? How did the money get officially distributed? Is there an affiliate type of, not software, but just something official to?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you how I did it, and then I'm going to tell you how you can do it, okay? Being that these were juveniles, it went through the juvenile court system. So they do have a program, not my own, but they have a program, and that's where we did the exchange, because, of course, I didn't want to get in trouble with the kids or whatnot, so I had to go through a government party, so it won't seem too odd type of thing. However, the kids at the church, how I did it was you give them the books 2 ways. You either give them the books and then they come back and ask for more and they bring you the money and I just split the cash. Or you have people who pay for your books, kind of like a wholesale distributor, pay for the books up front. So they'll give you 40% up front. So they give you $4 per book. So they buy 10 of your books, $40, and then whatever they sell it for, whatever price they have on it, it gets sold.
Okay, got it.
How I suggest that you can do it, there's a website called PayHip, PayHip.com. And it's a company that just launched January of this year from London. I absolutely love this platform. They don't hold your money. There is no monthly fee, and everything goes through PayPal. However, when you upload a digital product, they have at the top there marketing, okay? To where if somebody, you can get there's an affiliate link. So all you do is grab that link if you have a group, or if you have a Facebook group, or if you have your email list, and say, hey, would you like to make a few bucks if you use this link to send people to my website or my PayHip or whatnot? It automatically gives it to them. So therefore, you're not exchanging money. So let me show you how this works. You post your book, your ebook, and it can be a printed book on PayHip.
Okay.
Then the affiliate posts it on all their social media.
Okay.
Somebody buys your book. Then because it was their affiliate link, PayHip will charge you like 5% of the sale. So they take their own money. Then they automatically distribute the affiliate, whatever percentage. It could be 5. Well, you put the percentage on there, whatever percent you want to give the person. And then they put the money in your PayPal. And why I like it so much is because after I put my product up there, I touch it no more. They also have it where you can embed it into your website. Also, you can embed it into your MailChimp. So it kind of looks like your own. The only thing is they haven't ventured to white label yet. And I think they're just still trying this whole thing out to see how it works.
What's white label?
A white label means it won't say PayHip, it will say my name. So white label means you have permission to put your name on it. So let me give you a good example. Do you know if Acuity is a scheduling platform? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't pay for it, you're going to use their platform and you're going to put it on your website, and at the bottom it's going to say powered by Acuity. But because I want my clients to see that it's just Dealy Inspired, I don't even want people to know I use Acuity. So I'm going to pay for white labeling. That means I can take their name off, still use their stuff, but take their name off of it. And I'm paying them $50 a month to be able to do it. And that's white label, to put my own name on there, my own logo on there, and taking Acuity off of it. So when you go to my website, it's as if you would think that it's a plug-in or something I put on there. So that's what white label is.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. That was such great advice. I think for my book, I'm going to reach out to sororities and see if and college students, women groups and colleges, and that will be a good thing to do. So, yay.
Right. And just keep in mind, sell in bulk. So 10 or more. So have a price point. How much? Say, hey, if you buy 10, the books are $10 a pop, but if you buy 10, I'll give them to you for $8 a pop. If you buy 26 or more, I'll give it to you for $7 a pop. And the whole goal is not just the money. The whole goal is not just that. The whole goal is getting it in as many hands as possible.
Right.
Again, the more people you ask, the more you can sell those 10 vacuum cleaners. Okay. So let me get as many hands, and then you'll get those big speaking engagements. You get those big opportunities where it kind of makes up for just getting in people's hands.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Great answer. Nakia Fox has a question about the best transcription platform for transcribing.
Okay, so what I love to use is Google Voice. Okay, not Google Voice, Google Transcribing. Okay, so if you go on google.com, at the top right corner is those little boxes within one big box. And just click on that. Once you click on that, scroll down and click on Documents. Okay. When you click on Documents, you're going to click on New Documents. It's going to be a blue plus sign. Click on that to where it's like a blank sheet. Then at the top where it says Tools, it's going to say Voice Typing. Okay. It's going to be a little microphone. And even on your desktop, you can just click that and you can start talking, okay, your whole book. So transcribe it very, very well. The second thing is that if you have a Google Docs app, if you're in traffic, remember, no excuses that you don't have no time. You usually average maybe 45 minutes to an hour in traffic on the way to work or from work. So that's 2 hours out of your day that you can be speaking your book, okay? And so if you go on the Google Docs app, you can just press that little microphone, and while you're driving, you can be talking and speaking your book and getting it done. The second thing that I love about this platform is if you go up back to tools and click on go back up to tools, and then you click, go to tools, and you see the little microphone. You see it, voice typing. There it is. Now click the voice type in and start talking.
Hello, beautiful people. Woo! Well,
okay, so you see, right, and so now it's typing exactly what you're saying, and when you want to stop it, you just click the microphone. Now, you'll take that and send it off to the editor and let them do what they do. But if you click on tools, they have it to where you just said, hello, beautiful people, and it's called translate. Click on translate. Okay, now you see there in the first box how many languages you can translate your book. So if your book, when you publish your book, like Maureen, I want her to go on Amazon, put her book in there, or go to Amazon Japan. Your ebook is in 12 countries and you don't even know it. It's just like what we were saying. You got something old, you can recreate it. So if my book is in 12 countries, your book is in 12 countries, and you wanted to sell in Mexico, translate, pick Spanish. You can translate your book here for free. Did you spend any money, Sade? Okay.
No.
I know. Okay. And you can translate your book. Look at all those languages that you can make money and impact the people. So say my book goes into Mexico and I'm promoting my post. I'm doing my post in Spanish. Come here, translate your post to the Beacon in Spanish. You got people that are Spanish speaking, French speaking, Arabic. I mean, why are we limiting ourselves as women to one language? There's a millionaire. He said, Desiree, if you want to make more money, learn another language. That's it. I said, I want to make more money, Rob. He said, well, all you got to do is learn another language. Right. So if you guys have been wanting to go to Mexico, translate that book in Spanish. Okay, you don't speak Spanish? You got the Google Translator app, have that next to a microphone and be talking in English, okay, and translate. Or you can hire a translator. I mean, don't they have sign language and translators at churches and at the United Nations and everything? Why can't you? Why can't we not expand? And it costs little money. It costs little money. You can get you a VA to speak on your behalf, to be your liaison, to make sure that the plane ticket, the where you're going to have, or you're going to have a chaperone, and all that great stuff. Translate your book in Spanish. You guys are saying, oh, my book is not selling. Hello, you already ran the English community down to the ground. Hello, Texas, Florida, California, come on, guys, let's not limit ourselves. You can be stuck if you want to, but if you go on Amazon right now and type in Desiree Lee, my book is translated in Spanish and in French. I have people in the UK and Japan buying my book, and also Canada. And then I have my published now, published on a shoestring budget, Author Hacks. I have that also translated in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and French. How did I translate it? Google Translator. And then I just took it to a Spanish editor. You can go to Fiverr, you can go to thumbtack.com, and I just sent it to them so they can edit it to make sure that, the past tense, present tense, make sure everything flows, make sure I wasn't cussing nobody out and didn't even know it. Make sure that it wasn't offensive, because everybody has different cultures, correct? And different rules in their culture, especially coming from a woman, you have to say things a certain way. And so that's what I pay the editor for. So how much money did I spend to translate my book in another language? I just paid for the editor, and that was $150, okay? So, hey, that's one platform. The second transcribing thing that you can do, and I had it on the tip of my tongue, Google Translator, and it was one more. I can't think of the second one right now. What was the lady's name that asked that question?
Nakia Fox.
Nakia. I can't think of the second one. Maybe it'll come to me hopefully before we leave.
Giselle said that D. Lee is dropping platinum nuggets. These are platinum boat size nuggets. I don't even know what my mouth. You saw my jaw on the ground again. And many of you know.
Well, if they think this is great, wait until BCon, because in BCon it's not so much as me telling you and you trying to figure it out, right? In BCon, I'm going to be teaching more than speaking. It's kind of like I'm not going to be preaching, I'm going to be teaching. And so I want you guys to I want to dispel these illusions. I want to, and that's what you're going to get. You're going to get that from Cheryl Wood. You're going to get that from Kim Coles. You're going to get that from Sade and the other speakers that are lined up. And I think it will be foolish for somebody not to take advantage of this opportunity to sit at the feet of people who are willing to just pour for no reason, to pour to help as many people. And if you guys don't come to me, don't come to Sade in pity, because the door is wide open. It's only a few bucks right now. You can get your plane ticket, okay? You can buddy up with somebody, okay? If you don't have all the money, say, hey girl, you go half, I go half, okay? We're gonna do this together and we're gonna hold each other's hand in the process. And so I want you guys to come, and if you guys are authors, come with your book in your hand. That's the first thing. Your books are the new business card. So everybody on here should have at least 3 copies of their books in their purse. And if you come up to me talking about you an author and your book is published and you don't have a book in your hand, shame on you. So make sure, because you don't know who you're going to meet there when you do your networking. And they may say, oh, I ran out of cards, but I have a book. People are more apt to put the card to the side, put it in their purse, throw it in the trash, put it in a drawer, than to throw the book away. And then when they read it, they get to know you, because it was just you and the computer. And so now they get to hear you in your quiet space, and when they get to know you, they like you, they know you, they like you, then they trust you. Voila, magic.
Desiree, I'm like, we need to put this as a Facebook ad or something, because I don't even know what else to say. Like, get your tickets. Desiree, I want to say thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Because they don't even know what they're about to get. I've been trying to tell people, but I think you eloquently explained it. They need to get to the BCon, because, and this is what I want you guys to do. The people who are watching, I know many of you already have your tickets. I need you to make a status about this right now, that people need to watch this replay. They need to know what's going on, and they need to get their butts to this conference, because you just gave people a new business. You gave them a new market, and you told them how to create it without losing their mind. I'm thinking about, I'm flying internationally very soon, and I'm looking on Google Docs, and they're in the country that I'm going to, the language is in there. I'm thinking about some of the countries that I've been to. I'm like, man, I'm missing out. And I got plenty of people that speak different languages. Right. And, I lived in Kazakhstan. Now Kazakh is a language there. And if I look at my analytics, I have plenty of people in Kazakhstan who would be happy to buy a book because I translated it into their language. They will be honored. I could probably get the whole school to buy the book. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to thrive in these countries, you have to put in their native language. I'm in America, and even though I speak Spanish, I'm going to buy an English book, not a Spanish book, right? But, there's some people use your book to learn English. There's some people that use your book to, learn how to read it or speak it. There's schools that will buy it and teach people English from your book. And change lives at the same time. And it could be, the feminist act all around the world. The world is literally your oyster. And when they say that you can literally do anything, you can. And I think my whole mindset was this: they say it takes money to make money. I get it. Yes, you do have to invest in yourself. That's imperative. However, I had no money and I started. It doesn't take money to start. And what I'm going to leave them with is these three things. I want you to know that we believe in you. Okay? That's why it's the BCon. That's why we're coming, because just because we reach success, we're sending that elevator back down because we still believe in the underdog. We still believe in the possibilities. We still believe in each and every one of you. Okay? The second thing I want to say is we love you. And the love is unconditional. When you're selfless and you put people before yourself, that's an act of love. That's love in action, that I love you more than I love myself. So I have plenty of sleepless nights, but I love the people I serve more than I love my sleep, more than I love, I hate waking up with a pimple on my face, and I, I'm like, I love you guys more than I love myself, and I will show up. The last thing I want to share with you guys, all this is exciting. And all of you guys may not be there right now, but if you just do the best you can with what you have until you can do better, you will thrive. God does not need your help to be God. So all I ask and require is not the excuse, not the pity, but if you are just doing the best you can with what you have until you can do better, you will see tremendous results just because of the little stuff you paid attention to that your competition forgot about. Okay? I love you guys.
Thank you so much. Get your tickets and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.